Hi Jenna, how you doing? Hi Sean, how you doing? Hi Elijah. Sounds like 2015, good year that. But what was the sound of 2015? I'm intrigued because I wasn't playing guitar in 2015. I was producing dance music. Hi Strap Player 96. Yes, I had a great time in that. It was excellent. Oh, Sean, very good. Probably using a bit too much gain there for them, but yeah, that's a compliment, Elijah. Sean are amazing. They're like one of those bands I used to marvel at their guitar playing because the guitarists are like super versatile, aren't they? And the technique, the tapping, the hybrid picking, using all the fingers. Great technique, really interesting ideas, especially when it comes to, you know, the actual harmonies that they're going on. Really good. So today's subject, what I'm really interested in, It's this thing I hear time and time again from, you know, all the really good, well-established players, and that is plateauing. So I definitely feel progress in terms of guitar playing is very, very slow and quite limited. Like, it's very hard to get those big quantum leaps into something else. So I am very interested in sort of that. Hi, Enzo. I am very interested in sort of the plateau and how we overcome it. From a coaching point of view, I would imagine that at times plateauing, if we're not measuring what we're doing, a lot of it can be a feeling about our progress and not necessarily the actual data. What are your thoughts? I'm quite enjoying more dynamic guitar sounds though. Like, this amp responds quite well. We'll have a look. This amp is responding quite well to my picking dynamics. But I can feel the noise gate kicking in a little bit. So maybe if I take it down just as much as I need to. So I've got my gate right down there. It's on like 0.5. Alright, I think that's sounding alright, isn't it? Ian. Hi Galactic. What was that? Playing all the wrong notes today. So, the answer to your question from before, I think if someone feels that they are hitting a plateau, they need to find a teacher to help them. Right. So, not sure about that, because if you look at, yes, I mean, if you're a beginner and you don't know, then I think that's probably a good assessment. But I'm thinking for more advanced players who have like an established style, how do they get the gains? Because you could go to a teacher, right, Sean? I mean, that's a good answer, and it's definitely one that'll work when you're at a certain stage. But if you go to a teacher and just say, I've plateaued, I don't know what to do, they're going to make artistic decisions for you. And the decisions they'll make, so you're now not proactive, you're reactive, and they'll suggest things to you that you might not want to do, and therefore you're very likely not to do them. Like if if you said to me, oh Tim, you go back to your picking, I want you to play 3 notes per string scales this week, it just wouldn't get done because I'm totally not interested in it. Yes, you're always getting learned, you're always, yeah. Like, I think it's hard to go backwards. I think it's also to do like when you play a lot as well. Yes, subscribe and to like the channel, of course. Hi, Huntap, how you doing? Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Yeah, the 3 note per string cools are super. Is it 3 knot per string? Because actually, because I'm really into stuff that's actually not 3 notes per string. Like 3-1-3 stuff. Check it out. Major, yeah, F major. Right, Honey Tap, yes I do tutorials, but I do them live, so if there's anything you want to know, I can show you, just ask questions. Great. Okay. Hi Jimmy, how you doing? So everybody, we're on 13 likes. That's unlucky. Let's get to 14. Smash that like button. Double tap your phone. Whatever you need to do. Get me off 13 likes. And subscribe. Subscribe. So Honey Tap was saying, do I do online tutorials? If you ask me something now, I'll start teaching. Right, I almost play, I play mostly using patterns. Can you show me a cool 2-note per string pattern that would fit in a blues context? To be shreddy. Yes, of course. Right, so let's have a think. So what I like to do now is, there's this great book, Greg Howe, Creative Arpeggios, and I really like his approach. I keep mentioning this, so sorry to go on about this again. But if we take, let's just get this D minor fusion track, right, so it'll be bluesy. Right. So what we can do is we can start just harmonising our 3-note per string scales into incorporating 2 notes into them. So in other words, if we look at D minor and we take maybe this shape here. So what I've got here is this. I will do another shape as well. So we're starting on the 5th string, and we've got 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, and then we're just going to put 2 notes on here. Going to come back a fret, and then we're going to add another 3 notes per string here. Now the reason this is really handy is because it's going to get you to phrase round arpeggio tones. See that? So I'm actually superimposing that scale over. I'm superimposing that over an F major 7. Yeah. So it really gets you sort of adding all the other notes around it. So that should work quite nice. Okay, so that's just a way of thinking about it, because if you look at the scale, and the way the arpeggio both track together, they fit perfectly together. So an exercise to do here, which I should do more of. So if you think of the arpeggio as 2 notes, 1 note, 2 notes, 1 and 2 notes. So we've got 2 notes, 1 note, 2 notes, 1 note, 2 notes. So it's like 2, 1, 2 shape. to sort of practice this, if you try just playing phrases where there's only just one note of the arpeggio, so that would be on this, we could start something on this 4th string and on the 2nd string. That's a good way to sort of practice it. And you can come with little phrases like that. So we're starting from like one of the arpeggio tones, a chord tone. Then the main thing is like kind of taking a concept like that and then retrofitting it into your existing playing, isn't it? So you can seamlessly go between sort of these arpeggio chord tone or improvisations and then into pentatonic. And that's the idea. Any tips on sliding control, like sliding groups of 3 down the neck? One of the muscle memory things. So we've got like something like that. Could it be something like that, do you think, Rob? Or excellent, that's great. It's great to have you on here, Honey Tap. Yeah, so like sliding a 3-note pattern down the same string. Okay, right, for me, we'll do some picking, eh? So what I tend to do is I focus on whatever finger's leading. So in this case, it's the first finger. And I'm just concentrating on that, snapping into position. Okay. But actually, when we get into, I don't know if this is like relevant, right? But one of the eye-opening things for me let's say we just did 2 notes, right? Moving about the neck. This is slightly off the subject, right? But relevant. Is how you move your hand in this expanding and contraction motion, which I do find interesting. Right, let's think of a pattern. Yeah, this thing. So I'm just in, we'll stick in D minor, right? That. So this is to do with legato, because what you don't want to do is necessarily have big jumps, right? We want to keep it all sounding. So it's perfectly okay to do these extreme. Concertina motion. So it'll be that way. So that's a really handy tip. So down the same string. So we're going to do, again, we're just going to focus in on just the first, whatever finger's leading, okay? So in this case, it's the fourth finger. And this is called chunking, yeah? Oops. So what's actually happening there is I'm not necessarily focusing on every note that I'm playing. I'm focusing in on the first of every group, yeah? Going into A minor. Something like that. But yes, so you're focusing in on just like the chunking thing. Now if you're doing the sliding thing, I find that's really hard to get the subsonic speeds. But again, I'm focusing in on the finger that's leading. So fourth finger. And also the awkward thing about that because I'm doing groups of 4 is that slides on the upstroke. Sorry, is it? Yes it is. If I start on the down, it's down, up. So the accent's on the first note, accent, up. That's like Yingwi Man's thing, is it? Hiroshima Mon Amour. So yes, that was a good question. One string sort of line stuff. So yes, for the sliding, it's like, do you want to hear the slide? If not, then it's a quick. Oh, there's another thing as well, is with sliding, there's the relaxation thing as well, isn't there? So we can, because we need to move in chunks up the fretboard, there's a lot of, if you're playing very hard and you're really pushing on the frets, it makes that mobility a lot harder, because you kind of push it against your own strength. I'll go to E minor now. So Rick Graham's like he's the champion of relaxation, isn't he? So what you need to understand, and this is both legato and picking, is just calibrate how hard you're hitting these strings. So as we're on the first string, like how much pressure do you have to give this string? So if you just rest your finger on the string and then push the string gradually harder and harder till you get a good tone, that's how hard you need to be pushing on that fret. Now having a nice relaxed hand is going to give you extra speed and smoother motion. And you get that speed up no problem. Same with legato. I feel a bit so with legato again, how hard do you need to be hitting the frets, you know? So especially if we're under pressure, we're forgetting, we're just like playing ridiculously hard. Now here, what's actually happening here, I'm using the posture of my hand to my advantage here. So let's have a look at the forefingers. That's the kind of one of the hard ones to trigger the note. And I'm just, how hard do I need to be hitting this note to get a good tone out of it? There's no pick. And the tone slightly changes the more you sort of get your hand angled, so using the tip of your finger, because you don't want to be with flat fingers. You want to be tips. Now for me the pull-off isn't like aggressive, it's usually brushed. Let's run some legato. So that's all just left hand only. I mean, the hard thing though when you're doing the legato is just keeping the time. Especially when you're doing runs like that. because it's keeping it flowing and not having a triplet feel. So you don't want a kind of galloping feel. You want it all to sound like as if it was played on one string. So in other words, I'm thinking, I mean, this is like getting your head around this is like a little bit difficult. But what you're thinking is, if you're thinking in groups of 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, like 1's on the first finger, 1, 2, 3, 4, but then the next group, it starts on the second finger, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now it starts on the fourth, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So, you need to bear that in mind, so you need to kind of count at first. So it's just a little bit of practice, especially with backing tracks, just to get the time feel going. Yeah. I mean, unless you want that feel, because I mean, triplets are cool, aren't they? Like if you think of so you can try it, like trying triplets with something that's like 2 notes per string. That kind of thing. Oh, you stream your gigs? Brilliant. Yes, is it Honey Tap? I'll check you out. Let's have some more likes. Let's have some more subscribers. So I'll just say hello to a few people I've missed out because I've been teaching. Hi, Donald. Not sure who that is. But hello, sorry if I've been ignoring you. And also, Galactic Bays, it is doubly good to see you on here, and hope you've been keeping well, because that's important. I was going to message you, believe it or not. Alright, so any more questions from anybody? Rob, I hope I haven't been ignoring you. Oh no, you asked that really good question. Honestly, I'm like a goldfish in here. I'd like swim around guitar licks and then forget where I am. Unfortunately, some terrible news. I have the thermos flask that I had that I really liked, the black one. The rubber ring got lost, so I had to condemn it. It is now no longer and thrown in the bin. So I'm quite upset about that, because I've ended up with this. Like, this doesn't quite have the same impact, does it? Very awkward to use. This is like the Mrs. one. You know, whole family out. Usually on Christmas. This comes out at Christmas, right? Because we always have an enforced march. It's always like, right, before we have Christmas lunch, everybody must go to the church, and then after the church, we're gonna walk 5 miles in the freezing cold, and then there's like about 5 of us all sharing this like thermos flask. So I've now got this. Honestly, you'd think I was trying to defuse a bomb unscrewing that. It does keep your coffee very warm. Honestly, it's just, the thing is, right, I've got no time. I maybe got 1 hour for a lesson, but like I'm fully booked. Oh, I daren't even think about how busy my weeks are at the minute. But it's good, isn't it, though, to like work as a musician. But yes, how am I going to get to the shop to get the thermos flask? And I don't think they have one on Amazon. It's coffee, but honestly, I'm devastated. Look at the size of that Stelly. I mean, what am I going to do with that? Anyway, I've got my cup of coffee. It's getting cold in this room, so hold on. Right, I'll just turn the heater on. I deserve some comfort, that's for sure. Right, make sure everybody likes the channel. Alright, where's Ableton? All right. All right. Wow, Stelly, I can just imagine that. Okay, hitting the hay again. Super awesome channel. I will be back. Well, it's been great having you on here, Honey Tap. It's been great. Just catching up on the chat a bit here. So there's been some great questions on here. Any more? Anybody else got anything else they would like to share? Coolest thing I saw, there was all these like boutique guitar companies, loofers, and they had like a little, almost like an art exhibition, Strat player, and there was some really crazy guitar designs, to the point where some of them were so ornate and out there. I'm not sure you would ever, you'd buy one, you'd just hang it on the wall, I think. Like, they were beyond functional, some of these things. I just wouldn't. If I got one, I would be scared to even play it. But obviously, you know, I'm a Kiesel guy. And but having said that, you know, there was some great guitar brands there that I thought offered good value. And yeah, so like it was really, like I found FM guitars really interesting. And I found, is it Legato? I thought those two brands had like interesting sort of, again, very sort of ornate, flashy guitars, but really functional. I was very disappointed at music technology. So I went to the music technology thing. I saw Roland had updated the cloud, the Roland cloud to something else, but still offer the same things. Pretty much just usual retro synths or rehashes of it. So that didn't really do anything for me, just GUIs where it's representing, you know, a retro piece of equipment. There was the usual, like, high-end waves mixing, sort of, again, rehashes of multiple plugins stuck into one interface, with, like, you know, this is for vocals. Again, old ideas rehashed. Ableton Live, nothing new there. Obviously they've got, like, the 12's really good, but as in terms of new things, nothing. I mean, I went to the Sound Toys. Sound Toys are just Sound Toys who they had some modulator plug-in, again offered a little bit more functionality, but absolutely nothing that was blowing my mind. There was a guy there who was using it to just basically make pads and things like that with this like modulator type plugin. He was making pads, but he was rendering everything down and just doing like layers like that. So to be fair, wasn't blown away with that, because that's something you could do with any Ableton Live plugin. You wouldn't necessarily need that. What else? So there's nothing. I mean, to be fair, the things that have blown me away was Sonable having its machine learning / AI built into the SSL bus compressor. Now that is very good. That's really, really good. The other thing is Fab Filter Pro Q4, which has been out ages now. I mean, you know, like Fab Filter and Sonable EQ4 or whatever it is, both are really good. Sonable does do AI EQ and it analyzes and does stuff. But a lot of the time that you spend kind of disagreeing with AI is time you could just be doing your own custom EQ. One thing that worries me about AI is that, and this is because, like, for those of you who don't know this, like, you know, I'm a therapeutic musician, basically, in a hospital. And I work with a lot of, like, long-term patients, right, who are, you know, very unwell, but in hospital, some of them for years, right? And, like, one of the major benefits of music and doing music, learning skills, especially, like, stuff where there's a process, like music technology composition, what that's doing is you're developing skills, but as soon as you start bringing AI into the process to do things like EQing and stuff like that, again, it stops you from being proactive and being an artist at every level of the process, and it makes you reactive. And then also a downside of that is that you become de-skilled. You don't start acquiring those skills, you become de-skilled. So, you know, what I'm saying is a lot of the time with AI, a lot of the times when I'm adding it, I'm then disagreeing with it. So really, it's kind of just do the fucking thing in your first place yourself, is what I find. So it's like one of these things, like you have to have an ear of like what you're going for, but then trusting a machine to then do that and then kind of mold that into something. It's not quite right. So not being de-skilled is very important, and I'm sure as AI kind of improves and things get better and it takes over stuff, like these mixing jobs and stuff, skills will be lost because there'll be a younger generation that comes into this, and maybe they don't even have to listen to a mix. Zydex, how you doing? Guitar, Fender or Ibanez, is that from Kiesel? But I used to have a Strat. I had like a Showbooker one. It's quite nice. And I've got an Ibanez upstairs in the loft. Never learn anybody's solos, I'm afraid. It's all things I can use my own playing. Actually, Rick Graham had a really interesting like little Instagram-y tutorial. His stuff's really good at the minute. Let's see if I can remember what it was. Oh, he was talking about putting extensions in the lower part of arpeggios, but he had this really like strange arpeggio. That was it. That's really hard to play. Nah. That's the only speed I can do it. He does it like... But actually that, melodically, that would be a good thing. Let's try it out. Let's see if the good thing is like there, just like that was literally learned. before I went to sleep. But I'm sure, even though I can't play it, I could put that to good use in something. But just not that. Not quite right, that is it? There we go. When he works in certain positions. Yes, thank you for those, Tony. It was really good. Sorry guys, I'm having a sly practice there. Just this lick I've been working on, it's really hard. Fits perfectly over everything. Check it out, I'll play it slow. It's pentatonic scales. Yeah, it works quite nicely. So there's a top tip as well. So sometimes I find that arpeggio confusing to play. Sometimes I'll just play straight G major and then stick E in the bass to get like a -7. But in this case, I was wanting to do the full thing. So what you can do, so sometimes I like this finger doesn't get to where it's meant to be going on in time, especially if I'm coming in from the lick. And I got this off a Guthrie Govan video the other day. What you do is that locate the point where the kind of mistake's happening. Once you know what it is, just stop at that point on that note that's going wrong and kind of make it a feature, and that really helps. There you see? Works every time. Oh, the camera's like... Sorry about this, guys. It's gone to sleep, man. Or was it out of power? Right, we'll go... So that's where I'm having the problem. So definitely all notes are present there. Now it's together. Something like that. Socks coming off my foot. Right. Who was... Oh, right, what's this? And so they were not too far from Strandberg, but they had their own version of Quad Cortex. Oh, I think I know it. Is that Dark Glass? Again, patron saint Tony, thank you. It's getting too hot for the camera in here. 2 seconds. Oh. Come back on. I'll fan the camera. Low-tech solution for a high-tech problem. What do you reckon? Right, back in a minute. So it's a Sony camera, CZE or whatever, CE or 10, and they tend to overheat a bit. So I like the heat. I've put the heater on, completely forgot about not switching it off or turning it down, and then I've overheated the camera. I do have a fan on my other camera, but I can't fit it to this one because it's on a gimbal, and you can't balance it. Yeah, Dark Glass, I thought their thing was really good. I wish that was for guitar. That was great. And I like that their MIDI foot switch is like very reasonably priced as well, and smaller. That would look, a couple of those would look nice on my pedal board. Expression pedal was really good. In fact, how much are those expression pedals? Because that would look good on my pedal board. They look like something off a BMX bike to me. The expression pedals with the kind of grippy texture and the kind of translucent paint on it. Look great. Yes, it can follow the but I think I've run out of power in it. I've run out of batteries. I have to charge it. Yeah, it was like, that's what reminded me, BMX sort of stuff. So studio upgrade, when I get round to it, I actually bought a monitor, a bigger monitor, to improve workflow. So that's going to be good. What does an expression pedal sound like? I hardly use mine's on like, I have mine, I hardly ever use it. It just does like filter noises and stuff. I have 2 piano expression pedals. That control the whammy pedal, so that's really cool. Like, Right. Well, I enjoyed that little jam there. Yeah, you can just control. You can use an expression pedal to control any sort of parameter. Really, you can just program the MIDI to it, and it'll do that. Aye, Big, it's perfectly fine. Just give us a like. Maybe at some point. I don't know, you tell me. How do you break yourself out of playing the same thing or reverting to the same old tricks? Right, so I think basically what has... It all depends, right? Because, like, we all play the kind of licks that are in muscle memory. And it just depends. Like, sometimes when I come onto a live, I can just crash into it, uninspired. And then you're just playing stuff from, like, muscle memory. And a lot of that can happen because, you know, you're playing on backing tracks and they're not quite as responsive. So I'll tend to play very kind of similar sounding stuff that I'm acutely aware of. However, that's an essential part of my practice. So sorry to bore everybody to death when I do that. But actually, part of getting better as well, this question that you're asking in that situation, how do you get out of that? And I'll tell you what the battle is. The battle is from... you know, there's the muscle memory thing. There's then kind of listening to that the negative narrative circuitry conversation that you have in the voice and being taken away from the music. When I'm talking about the self 1 stuff and getting into self 2, but then in self 2, I find there's this kind of shut off mechanism where I'm not that inspired and I'm just going through the motions. But then on top of that, to get out of that, what you need to do is you need to start listening to the music, right? And this is a great question. And this is the answer to it. So the way to do it, it's all got to come from the melody and not worrying about the licks, right? So let's just take... Well, we'll take that because it's pretty dull backing track, right? And the trick is to play a phrase because you've got to do something. Okay? Won't key in. So you've got to do something. But then what it is to try and then listen to the music and see what melodies are coming into mind. Once you get to that point, then it's like whatever comes into your head, don't play, wait for the next thing. And things start coming together. And I think there, not too much shredding, but that was quite a nice sort of little melodic thing, wasn't it? Yeah, playing in different genres is good, although I like to kind of focus in on a specific genre to do with my style. So I tend not to jam much with because I just don't like the neoclassical thing. I just find it painful. it's good for a laugh on a stream with Thomas and stuff. And yeah, so you're just having a gap, ignoring the first idea, and then playing the second one. So it's like abstaining from that first idea, and then going for the next one. And it focuses, it's focusing your mind to listen to the music. But Donald, you are right, and like this is a thing like with music production is, especially with the McLaughlin and Hutch stuff, that would be a good example of this. But just in production terms, is the net was cast wide into other kind of subgenres of music, especially in like house, and then brought into that synthwave genre. I mean, I call them sonic signposts. So you could look at a genre, right? Say neoclassical, and you could kind of write down everything about a neoclassical guitar solo that's a sonic signpost for that genre, and then remodel that into a different genre. And there's a way to do that. I do that in my coaching group. Oh, right, it was Ali. That's good. Well, guys, it's time for me to go. How do you make a solo melodiously attractive to the listener? That's a question I'm going to answer on my next stream, which will be Monday. However, Thomas and myself are live on Saturday. I did talk to him. He said we're live on Saturday, so we should be live on Saturday. I'm putting years of gigging behind me now, and I find I've developed many go-to tricks that are more show often than musical. Yeah, we all do that. I try and make my stuff as musical as I can, though. I try to integrate everything a bit. But people do like those like shred licks, don't they? And like all of my YouTube shorts are just grabbing attention, aren't they? Because you have 15 seconds. It's difficult to kind of get to the point. At least I haven't worked it out yet. Alright, thanks everybody. I'm off. And have a great day. See you Saturday night on Thomas's stream.